look 来了。
Okay, people in the rooms and people walking by. This is the group of English department. Okay, today we're having the whole group. Okay, most of the important members here. We have the directors, and then we have the stage directors, and then we have two leading characters here. They're here to promote our annual performance done by the 4th year. Okay, Pitch Perfect. Now, here it goes.
Hi everyone, I'm Summer and I'm a senior student from the Department of English and Applied Communication at世新University. And I'm here to promote our graduation performance, Pitch Perfect. And I'm serving as the producer for this performance. Today we're also lucky to have our director Yoyo with us. Yoyo, would you like to introduce the show?
Yeah, this is a fun and energetic musical filled with amazing songs and great teamwork. We are sure you are going to love it. And we have been working so hard to bring this exciting musical to the stage.
Yoyo, you didn't sound excited.
No, I'm really excited.
Okay.
You have to look out into the people's eyes who might be looking at you. Probably not, and say, I'm excited. Yeah.
If you can see me, I'm really excited.
A little bit like a serial killer, right? That kind of excited.
Yeah. Hi, Sydney.
Like this. Like, look at Sydney and say, I'm very excited about the stage play. Yo, go. Yes. Bye-bye.
And Mandy?
I'm Mandy. I'm playing Becca.
I'm Jason, and I'm playing Jessie. Let's take a moment to introduce our show for you.
Pitch Perfect is a musical comedy that follows the story of Becca, a freshman at Barden University who reluctantly joins the school's female a cappella group, the Barden Bellas. Despite initial struggles and conflicts, Becca helps the group improve and develop their unique sound.
As they compete in the national a cappella competition, the Bella face challenges from rival groups, personal differences, and their own insecurities. Ultimately, the story is about teamwork, friendship, and the power of music to bring people together.
Becca is a rebellious character who sticks to her own style. Her story not only showcases her love for music, but also explores friendship, teamwork, and personal growth. She brings many changes to the core by using conventional thinking and a taste for music.
It was quite challenging for me to play the role of Jesse because he has a very cheerful personality and is willing to share what he loves with others. I'm not usually very active in sharing my thing with others, so it's not like I'm used to making myself an extrovert.
And our performance on the May 9th entry will start at 6:30 p.m. and the show will start at 7 p.m.
We sincerely invite you to witness this important moment and feel our love and dedication to music together.
5月9号晚上6点半入场，7点开始，让我们在世新讲堂 （A.K.A. 大礼堂）不见不散。谢谢，拜拜。
And we're pretty sure their performance will be 10 times more exciting than the way they sound now. Okay, thank you.
They're staying, right?
Yeah.
They're going to stay and be our guests.
Yes, okay, this is the plan. Okay, so we're having English people here for the promotion, okay, for the first 10 minutes. And then we're going to have, today we'll be having Yoyo, okay, Yoyo the lady, not Yoyo the gentleman. Okay. Today we're going to have Yoyo and Michelle.
Oh, wow.
For the topic of what do you do to make you feel good?
Okay.
And then I'm hoping, okay, I'm looking forward to your deviation. So, okay.
Oh, no.
And then the plan is that because we're going to have a 戏周会 today, so I'll be leaving sometime around 1, and then I'll be taking Yoyo and Enle with me.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the plan.
Okay, and Enle is Michelle.
Enle is the head of the 广电 people. Okay. But today she's here alone. Okay. We only have one in the audience.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, so thank you. And then
we have some
come
English
back to
department people out
visit
here,
some
yes.
Okay, waving to Clary, to Yvonne, and then to Livia. Livia, show your face.
Yes.
Okay.
Livia is not next to Patricia.
Next time we'll
This
be
is
around
suspicious.
here to promote the play.
I don't believe this world. When I don't see Patricia next to Livia, I have questions. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
By
no.
the way, Yvonne is very, very big on Instagram now.
Really?
Doing all kinds of professional dancing
Makes sense.
performances.
I might have been a witness to.
I'm
her.
a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had one of her in the social media class we had. She had a trip, I think, to Malaysia and Singapore.
I don't know.
It's very cool.
But she's big.
But Clary also has really cool glasses. I kind of want the glasses.
Oh, yes, but mostly static pictures.
Yeah.
Okay.
A static picture kind of person. Good choice. Wow.
Okay, so thank you guys for coming in, and then we're hoping that you can join us again.
Can we? Bye bye, Yvonne.
Bye.
Bye bye, Claire. Bye bye, Livia. Can we hear a little bit of for like 1 or 2 minutes? Can we hear a little bit of unscripted talk about them looking forward to the show?
No, because Yo-Yo and Michelle's are waiting. Have been waiting for some time.
Okay.
And we do want to see them come back.
Okay, you're coming back, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next time no scripts.
I tried to convince them to come back every week, but so far Yo-Yo's plan is to come back every 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay, that works. But next time no scripts. We're doing unscripted or
Yeah.
notes, no
Sure.
word for word reading.
Sure.
We want to see it a
And
little bit.
please sound very, very, very excited.
We're ready for it. Yeah.
I'm very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your
You
own
look
way. Thank
you look like it. I can see it in your smile. Yes. Yeah. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah. May 9th.
Thank
It's
you.
coming on.
May 9, not June 9.
May 9.
Is it officially 1 month now? Is today the 9th?
30 days? Yes, 1 month.
1 month. It's coming. Awesome.
Use your clear holder.
可以现在拿一下邀请卡吗？
Jason's very brave. He's a very brave
yes,
man.
Yo-Yo and Michelle, please. Okay. Next time you should say something as well.
All right.
There will be that will be for the
I'm gonna
yes,
move over.
guests of honor.
Thank you. Oh wow, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nice, very cool. Wow, it's like a CD.
Look,
Very cool. Okay, cool. Thank you.
That's flank them.
Okay, we'll do. All right. Anything else I should know? Oh wow, that's my name and everything.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
谢谢，不好意思。
I look forward to seeing it. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Yo-Yo is our most fierce debater. Well, he's gone. I'll tell him again in a second. Yeah. Michelle, you brought your smart person glasses too.
Yeah, of
I didn't
course.
bring mine, so I'm at a disadvantage. I forgot what your Chinese name is. It's I. What?
爱韩真.
I will never forget the I. Yeah. Is that a common surname?
No, not really.
Because it's your dad's.
Yes,
right?
my dad.
I think I've met one other real I though.
Oh,
So
really?
like I've seen that surname in.
Oh,
It was one of my best friends, his ex-girlfriend, yeah,
okay.
who's now married and has 2 kids.
Oh.
And I think she's doing better. I like my best friend, but I would, if I was a woman, I would not marry him. He's a little naughty. I'm kind of curious. How did he drag you two into this? Yeah, he got you and Yo-Yo to come.
Actually, I asked him. That
Oh, really?
I want to join.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Can you have a little bit of a social media following, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Are you gonna put that on there?
Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh, really? You can just put the best parts, yeah. Because you were in a Nick the Real video, right? Yeah. So big deal. This is. I think my biggest video. I remember one time we had like 25,000 views, which I don't think I'll ever get that much again. It was that stupid video that was actually really well done by.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. By the whole 中道 bunch.
Jimmy saved that video.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Jimmy last semester, yeah.
Oh, so we're talking about view clicks.
Yeah, we had 25,000.
No one beats Michelle.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
How many views do you
She's a
have?
regular internet sensation?
Yeah.
No,
This-
not really.
There's some truth to that.
I don't know like the most viewed video of mine. For now, I think it's probably like 300K or something.
Nice. Do you have multiple videos like that, or you just have one that got
I
really?
think like 5 or 6 of them.
Say,
Wow. That's a
say
big deal.
regular sensation.
I couldn't believe when I had 25,000. I mean, this has got to be. You have a lot of pressure.
No,
300,000 or?
actually not really. I don't feel like real when people like watching my video. I don't feel anything right now.
Are you? Is it possible that you can turn it into like its own career, or do you think you're going to have to keep on doing the 9 to 5 struggle bus and then?
I want it to be my career, but I think it's a little bit hard for me because I don't know how to make money off from those videos.
I know a person named Ellery. He's gay and he does TikTok stuff. And he's famous because he does like these kind of exaggerated Taiwanese female stereotypes, and people love him on TikTok. But I think in TikTok it's even harder to try to monetize it.
Oh yeah.
But
So sexual orientation comes first. You have to be good, you have to be artistic, and then you have to be gay.
It helps.
No one is perfect.
Yeah. Well, maybe I think it's. I don't know. Is that offensive to say it's an advantage? I mean, so Ellery, he was really first known for his Vogue dancing.
Oh.
So it's pretty much all people who do Vogue. If you're talking about men, usually it's a female kind of dance, but men doing it, right? From what I know. And then he was big with drag queen stuff. And but now he does Chinese education for Chinese learning for non-native speakers. And I think most of his money is through education. But but a lot of people know about his content, but I think he's really struggled to do much with it because TikTok and
Sure.
I mean, you can have popular videos, but you got to do a lot of different advertising, and you have to have brands want to give you cash. Did I do something wrong? No, I forgot. My bad. Anyways, so with the video that I had for 25,000, so Jimmy made the idea and he wrote the script and stuff like that, and then the way he edited it, he saved it. We weren't really that great at acting and stuff.
Oh, I
so
remember
he did a
that
great
one.
job.
Okay, took Jimmy a lot of time.
He was the star of it. Yeah, you don't see him in it, but all the special effects and the cutting and.
And then later on, okay, when we have to add the captions and subtitles to it, okay, he also helped a lot. Okay, he even went all the way from his office, bring the original script to me. Yeah, very helpful.
Very cool.
Yeah.
He was the star of the show. Now I know that he's close with you too. Okay. Yeah. I must say, because we did the same kind of video, something similar a couple of years before, back when Irene was the head. And just the way that he cut it, he's very smart about, you need to do a lot of different small takes. What's the best way to say? A lot of different shots. When you cut it, you want to cut it into small little frames. You don't want to have it dragging on for 20 seconds to 30 seconds. You need to constantly be switching. And so he really understands the social media aspect of getting different shots and adding special effects, things like that. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Yoyo is the master of different kind of art because while Michelle is really big on those video clips, okay, Yoyo usually, okay, when she did those posts, it's usually static pictures. Yeah, she's also very big on Instagram.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, very big.
Most views or likes. What's your metric?
I don't really know.
followers.
Yes.
The followers.
Okay. How many followers do you have?
Not so much.
Don't you? I have 26 followers on my YouTube from the COVID days. I couldn't even get most of my students to follow my channel.
Just 3,000.
That's a lot.
3,000. See.
That's a lot.
It's fine. It's fine. Many friends is.
Yeah.
But I think it's because that your style is issuing static pictures. Okay, if you want to have more fans, usually you have to go down the aisle of videography.
That helps.
But I want to tell you guys, I have many haters.
Really, hater?
I
Why?
sometimes receive some message, but I don't know who is it. Just a fake account, and the account I don't know who is it, and he or she just say, hey, when you're going to die, you look so ugly, and I want to see you die. Yes.
Why? I don't understand.
Do you think that bots might be doing that? It just feels like that has to be human.
I don't know.
Because that could be dark.
It would be too dark.
If you have political people, if you have government people saying we need to have bots to harass people into mental health issues.
But Yoyo, have you ever been too political on your social media?
No,
never.
I never.
Okay.
Cause you know, when I were in Hong Kong,
Yes.
I can't say any political thing
Oh,
on the
true.
internet. Yeah. It's not good to yourself.
It's not good. It's not good.
Now, I'm a little curious about this. Okay, so as a man, you get lots of female bots trying to add you on Facebook. But I'm not a woman. So how do you know you're getting messages from people that are like not nice?
But now I close the message.
Okay.
Yes. I close if he or she is not my friend.
You put a block on him.
Yeah.
Okay. But so
They
like
cannot send message to me. Yeah.
with my Facebook, for example, if I don't know you, I don't see your message. And lines like that for me too, where but with Instagram, does it not sort it out where either you know this person or not? Like, how do you? In terms of
I
getting-
think that. Hi, Emma. Okay. I think the reason why we're having messages from bots is because people send it out in order to make money. So hate messages don't give you don't promise you money. That is the reason why of course, I'm not 100% sure, but that is the reason why I think when you have hate messages, they are usually coming from real human beings.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's also very interesting. Like, my feeling it's probably mostly men sending the hate messages. I don't know. But is you want to share who you think it is? But
Yeah,
I mean, you
Michelle.
can't-
Okay. Yeah. How about you?
I don't really get that much hate comments or like messages. I think it's probably like one or two for. I have like each video, like one or two, but they are saying like really specific things like I don't like this shirt, I don't like the way you talk, and I can accept this because they have their preference. So yeah.
Oh, so they're going toward the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not me.
Okay,
as a
that's
person.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many you get? 1 or 2 a month?
Yeah, probably
Okay.
a month or a week. I don't know.
Do you want to share how many you get a month, or is this kind of secret? If
What's
it's
the
a-
frequency of you receiving
the
hate messages?
Hater. But now I block the message. Maybe 1 month, one or two message in 1 month.
Okay. So it's
So the frequency is pretty consistent.
and this is Instagram. You're mostly Instagram, and you're mostly Instagram too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they use a fake account. You know, we cannot block all the fake accounts.
True.
Yeah.
True. Luke, have you ever received any anonymous hate messages? Teachers usually don't.
I almost got. Yeah. You see, some students don't even know they have my class. I almost got kicked out of my master's program for writing a negative comment about a teacher. Yeah. Which,
Really?
and I thought it was 100% true what I wrote. Yeah. So I very
Tell me her or his name later.
Oh, I can just tell you his name right now. His name is Carlos from Shida. Zheng, 什么郑老师. I forget his real name. Yeah.
I believe when I was there, he wasn't around yet.
So he's maybe your age now. He ended up getting a PhD. Yeah, but I mean, we're talking like the worst teaching performance I've ever seen. This guy would show up late, 30 to 45 minutes every time. It was a 2-hour class. Didn't grade any homework. His tests, I think that he just gave fake grades. Like he never returned our tests. So, and then Shida ended up hiring him full time. So.
Oh, that's really, really bad.
So if people tell me like national universities are better, I'm like, sure.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, like I've had teachers there, Liao Bosen, for example, he was very serious about it. He was serious about the research part. unfortunately, the national universities, they are research oriented. And so this Zheng Lao Shi, I mean, he's good at that part. But
Yes.
you know, the teaching part, if they're not, a lot of them are not focusing on that at all. I mean, so you have people, you might think I'm a bad teacher, but at least I'm trying, you know, I mean, this guy's not trying, but
Right.
that's life. But anyways, so the thing with Alvin and I, we're a little different is Facebook basically started when I started university. And back then there wasn't this idea of you meeting random people, where Instagram kind of really opened it up where random people are seeing your stuff. And so I don't know if I can appreciate it. Because I've never joined Instagram. So for me, Facebook and Line, if someone wanted to say something bad about it, I'm just not going to see it. But I don't know if it's because of the Instagram settings or if, I think this is a big problem for female influencers especially, is, you know, it's like if you close the comments, you don't know if people are looking for opportunities to collab with you, to work together with you and things like that. So you kind of have to be willing to deal with that part of it in order to possibly monetize it.
Yes.
But
yes.
I wouldn't know.
But I guess it's a sacrifice that you have to make. Yeah, in order to block out the haters, losing some business opportunities.
But I mean, in terms of like haters, I've made comments online about stuff, and then there's certain Taiwanese men that just don't like foreigners. And these people are literally crazy, so you just don't reply. But I remember replying one time, and I even like said, we're going to meet up at Dapingling MRT station, which was really stupid, you know? Like, what are you doing, man?
Yes, take it out, man.
Things like this is why I've tried to pull away from the online life, because it's totally fake, and it's really stupid, and it's a poor investment of time, in my opinion. And now I have a family and things like that, but...
Unnecessary emotional investment.
And you know, these people, either like this guy is literally crazy, or he's really smart and he's just trying to piss me off. I mean,
the trolls.
The trolls are really good. I mean, they practice it, you know, so you're not going to beat them. And you don't need to go out convincing people. You just do your thing. Yeah, so I regret that. I shouldn't have said let's meet up. I should have just... Because you're not going to change anyone's mind. So there's videos every once in a while or things that would piss me off. And you can make a comment, but it's not going to change things. For example, there's this one video by, it was called Why Goran. I can't remember. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm almost forgetting their name. But they're a rap group in Taiwan, and they're famous. You see them on the taxis and stuff like that.
The Y is...
Yeah. Why
as in slant.
Yeah, slant. Yeah.
Zheng. Okay.
Yeah, so they purposely pronounce it wrong to make, and it's basically like making fun of foreign men in Taiwan. And Taiwanese think it's really funny. This video called Why Guo.
Really?
And then the guo is shui guo the guo. But a lot of Taiwanese think it's really funny, but I think it's pretty offensive. And I've seen videos like that in the West, and you get canceled. So
I think it takes people of minimum level of education to find it funny.
Yeah, the problem is most people have minimal education. You know, or like, so I mean, I'm not saying an education means everything, because there's people who just graduate from high school and they're smarter than me, you know. But in general, the more education you get, probably the more learned you. But there's people who get PhDs and they're dumb. So,
but in theory, people with a less sense of security are easy to laugh at stupid things to make themselves feel great. Yeah. Same thing with people who find it very difficult to apologize to other people. Usually people who received less education. Yeah, but after all, it's not a matter of education. It's a matter of whether you are open-minded enough or not. And then education background is usually what backs that up. Yeah.
Okay, so Yoyo has changed your account. Now it's Michelle. What about you? Have you adjusted it, or you're okay with it?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I didn't make any changes. Yeah, actually, I found it some like negative comments. It's a little bit funny because I like seeing different opinions. Like if they say like they don't like the way I sound, I kind of find it like super funny. Like, how do you like the way it sounds? Would be better. Yeah.
Yes, but don't you think if you don't like me, why you see my post? Why you?
Yes, why
watch
do
my
you
video?
spend
I think
time
they're just
here
Why you spend so much time
and
to
spending
comment?
another period of time leaving negative comments?
Why you still follow me?
I think they're just obsessed with you.
Yes, they are so needy for your attention. Yeah.
So you're very good at not clapping back. You actually keep it positive.
Yeah.
You take their negativity and you turn it around on them. Maybe they're not
Yeah.
ready for that. Yeah. They want you to fire back.
Yeah.
So then they can take it the next.
Michelle keeps it cool.
Of course.
Do you think this has a little bit to do because your father is African? Yeah. I can't. It's not Nigeria, is it?
Nigerian, yes.
Okay. In the United States, and I'm not sure if this is true in Africa. In the United States, they've found out that black women are number one in terms of self-esteem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
So even
Like
more.
very comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah, they like their personalities, they like their bodies, they like their interests. Yeah, something about the race is very good at prioritizing self-esteem, and maybe that's why you see a lot of black athletes too. You get a lot of support from your family.
I'm not a racist.
Yeah.
I know it's a dangerous opening line. Okay, but I find the same thing in Aboriginal ladies here.
More confidence.
They're very comfortable in their own skin. They're very confident in their behavior, and then the way they carry themselves, the way they sing, the way they dance, the way they make every move. Gracious.
So do you think this is a little bit of your background that you're feeling?
Yes, I do think so because of like the skin type of mine. I think like in my family, they always like, since I was a child, they always told me about like you have to accept yourself, embrace yourself, and I think that do really affect me somehow. Like you can like take more negative things or like just accept yourself in the way you are. Like since you're little.
And there's Xiao 老师 walking by. He's living on the same floor.
Yes.
肖老师
Okay.
Now, he's trying to ignore me.
He's just in his own little.
He is a master of AI, like a real
really?
AI, not the end user.
Oh wow.
Not the end user.
Now
He
we know.
knows about the whole development.
Okay. Now.
Yeah, back to you. I'm sorry.
I think it's just the way we have been like teaching. So yeah.
On your dad's side or also on your mom's? Because your mom is Taiwanese.
Yeah, my mom is Taiwanese,
Ethnic
but
Chinese,
also
Chinese?
on my mom's side because she was always worried about like people are going to see me in a different way because I'm living in the Asia culture. So yeah, she always like make sure that I am okay with like who am I? Yeah.
And you've always been in Taiwan.
Yeah.
For your whole life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we just wave to people. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, okay, sorry, we get distracted a lot.
This isn't a real
Big time.
podcast. We do it mostly for audience engagement. That's what the school likes. But we care about your opinions more than waving. To people.
I used to be concentrative.
Yeah.
I used to be attentive.
That's my fault.
And then, Luke got into me. Yeah. Okay.
But some people don't like it. But I like to give eye contact to the people
Yeah,
out there.
sure.
They're not our fans. We might pretend they're
Yeah.
our fans. But because
And that's what we're here for.
So I mean, this is a podcast, and I've seen these before where they have live podcasts, and so if someone wants to interact, we'll pull people in, or if they
Sure.
want. Some people don't like it, so you don't push the issue. But I like to try to wave to people. So if you feel like waving to people, you just take that slight right turn. Yeah, for Yoyo it'd be a left turn.
Yeah. Okay. In a nonchalant attitude.
And if you want to tell the haters that it's not okay, you just crack those knuckles and you stare, show them the devil eyes.
Yoyo, so since you have haters from time to time, on Instagram and other social media.
Just Instagram.
Just Instagram, okay. Do you feel good, to work on your Instagram account, to like the whole time? Is this something you do to make yourself feel good, or you have other pastime? Yeah, I'm still trying to bring in the topic. What do you do to make you feel good?
What do you do to make me feel good? Maybe just to think about the real fans who really want to see me, and I will talk to my friends why they have this behavior. it doesn't make sense, and they will give me so many
useful devices.
Devices and emotion.
Okay, so this is how you connect with your fans is sharing. Sometimes you do this. You connect with them by saying,
But now I seldom to post any story in public. I always post in close friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you one of those people who use two different accounts? Okay, like a 大账 and a 小账.
No, it's 大将, but
大账.
have close friend and public.
Oh, okay. So you're not running a 小账.
No.
wow, that's great.
Okay, that's great.
Do you have two accounts?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God.
So Michelle, you're running two.
Yeah.
One 大账, one 小账.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, I'm running one 大账, two 小账.
Really?
Yes.
So
He's the hardest worker here.
May I ask you guys what you post on your 小账?
I have different identities. Okay, one of my 小账 is a passionate artist. I only share my taste for art, for Renaissance painting over there.
Oh.
With almost only Japanese circles of friends.
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't want to mix friends. Yeah.
So Renaissance art with your Japanese friends.
Art. Okay. Art in the Japanese circle. Okay. Amber, 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 amber. Okay. I saw you walk by. Okay. Art with Japanese circles of friends. And then the other one, very, very personal. And then the other one, and then the main one, the big one, the English department. Yeah, so I'm running 3.
Yeah. Before the English department, before you were the head, did you just have 2?
Oh, before that, only 2. Yeah, and I'm only using the one which shares art with the Japanese friends. My personal one, very personal one is there, but I don't really use it. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. By the way, he's your biggest contribution definitely is upping our social media presence. So after Alvin took over, I mean, he's really.
I'm good at everything but education. I'm a circus clown. Okay, this is what I'm here for. When people demand circus shows, I'm up.
But I mean, come on, let's be honest here. I don't know how many times I've heard we as teachers need to do better in the classroom. And I've been to a lot of meetings.
You sound like you're whispering, but you're actually speaking into the microphone.
Yes, of course. And it's going to be, but the nice thing is no one listens to our show.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Xiaocheng could walk by and he's going to be, okay. But let's be honest, and universities across the world are not talking about being a good teacher. It's like everything else,
Especially in national universities, they encourage researchers. They don't encourage. There's a very famous saying among professors over there. They say, teaching well doesn't get you anywhere. I think that's a terrible thing to say.
Yeah.
But it's well known among them.
And as an institution, as a culture, we're not doing a good job on prioritizing good teaching.
And I have to say, I know it sounds biased, but I have to say, from my knowledge, private universities, they really stress that they want you to teach well. They want you to do your job right.
I agree.
Oh, really? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because Yoyo's got transferred.
Yeah.
Yo-Yo is a transfer from Zhongyang University.
Can you say the name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because we dare.
But I want to talk some bad thing.
Sure, no problem.
University.
Yeah, that's talk ill.
It's about teacher. I think their quality of teacher is not so good.
Are you talking about one specific teacher, or it's a common phenomenon?
Common, because maybe they don't afraid they lost the job, and their teaching attitude is just and can you receive my knowledge, and they don't care student they know the course and they don't care about the student. Yes.
One of my professors told me that if you are teaching in a public, in a state run, even if you commit something like sexual harassment, there is no way to fire you.
Really?
Yes.
I thought that's like you're done. They've
No.
changed that.
Okay, I got this from a Sida professor. Yeah, a hardworking one, and he's complaining. Okay, like if you work in a state run, even if you commit something as serious as sexual harassment, there isn't any way, okay, to get to fire you or even to punish you. Yeah.
Good old tenure.
Yeah. If you do that here, you end your teaching contract immediately.
I mean, Shishin, we have our flaws. I think national universities, the nice thing is, so for example, my wife went to Taita, and so if your teachers are bad, the nice thing is you're surrounded by more serious people, right? So like the advantage of national universities is the student quality overall is probably better, right? So that's the worst thing about our university is if we have a class of 50 people, there's maybe 5 to 10 people who are really serious.
I don't know. Okay, Yoyo seems to have something to say.
I am ready to hear it. Yes, just be honest. Yeah.
I don't think the student in Shixing, the quality is bad.
Okay, you think it's okay?
I think it's okay. But because I study in English in Central University, and some students are not good.
At Shixing or at
Zhongyang.
Zhongyang.
Okay.
I mean, we have students who are like their English level is really good. They're just not serious students.
Maybe they're good at reading or listening, but they are not good at speaking.
Oh, right. And Sixin can be the other way around.
Yeah. What I see my classmate is only in speaking. I can see their writing. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
sure.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, with the English department, I don't know what Michelle's opinion is. We do have quite a few students who they just have a passion for English. Maybe not for what we offer in the English department.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people, for example, Simon. Simon is fantastic. He used to do powerlifting. He's so fluent, and he talked with me yesterday about weightlifting. And he's Taiwanese, but he's just not serious about, hey, let's read all these books.
I don't think I ever had Simon in my class.
Really nice guy. He's just not serious about the learning part in an academic setting, which is okay. I mean, that's your choice, right? So we get quite a few of those. If there's 50 people, there's maybe like 5 people who they're not into studying, but they're passionate about making English a part of their life. And then maybe 10 to 20% are very serious students, but there's a lot of people who are kind of just getting by. But maybe that's just everywhere now. Even at the universities of
the thing that makes Sixin stand apart from other universities is that here we have endless surprises. Really. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being serious. I'm talking about surprises. In a good way. But it always takes time because we have a lot of students with excellent command of the language without showing it out and without paying any attention to any fields of studies. So you never know. You have to get really close to them to find out their talents.
Yes. Maybe that they are not just not good at exam.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yes.
Which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's like I've told people in the past that the best English speakers in Taiwan were not English department, but people who love to watch movies.
Oh.
So, I mean, like if you're able to make listening.
I think it's a used to. Now, if you want to find good command of English, you find it in the English department.
Okay.
Yeah, not just Sixin, same thing in Zhengda. Yeah. And like what Yoyo just said, if you find the English majors in public universities like Zhengda, you have well-trained people who are really good at reading and writing.
Yes.
But not speaking. Yeah. Not even
I think
hearing
this is
comprehension.
Taiwanese student, the phenomenon of Taiwanese student.
Yes.
Good at reading and writing, but not good at speaking.
Yeah. Like you have one, okay, the two groups is like, okay, the two groups are like, you have the knack for it or you are well trained. But people can tell your English is learned.
But I've definitely seen that change. I don't know what you all have seen, but in 15 years, so TOEIC, yeah, which is like out of 900, something like that. I can't remember how much.
I don't know. I'm from a different generation.
Let's just say 900, yeah. So it's like 450, yeah. In the past, it would be their reading scores would be maybe even higher than their listening. And now I'm seeing, I saw this when I was doing exchange student interviews, is the listening was almost 100%, but then the reading was pretty bad. So it's like their reading has dropped a lot, but their listening has actually probably gotten better. And I would say Taiwanese have gotten better at speaking English since I've been here 15 years ago, overall. Because the education has gone, it's become more and more interactive.
And you have your share and percentage of the contribution.
Maybe 0.0001, but it's there.
Hey, look, okay, so it's time, okay, time is up for me and Yoyo.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
really?
I'm going to take her to the 系州会 and I'm going to leave Michelle here, okay, with you. Okay,
Wow,
is that
what a
okay?
deal. What a deal. I'll put the cowboy hat
You'll
back
be
on.
you will be, okay, a two people show. Chris, okay, unless you can find a way to get Chris in.
Chris, you're always welcome to come. We like you, Chris. Chris is 200 centimeters tall.
Okay, we're leaving.
And very small, very brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, bye-bye, Yo-Yo. We'll have to hear you next time about your social media career. I'm going to go over there.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this is when we get serious. Okay. All right, usually I do this until 1:30, yeah?
Yeah.
When do you have to leave?
1:30.
1:30?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's all I want to do. All right. Here we go. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Okay.
I have
all
no
right.
idea.
Okay. So I'm going to just shoot my questions, yeah?
Okay.
Have you thought about spending an extended time in Nigeria?
I don't want to. Like, I would like to like go for a vacation or
Okay.
like for a month. It's like a top for me because I've been there before, like when I was in elementary school, and I don't really like love it there. Like I like spending time with my family, those who I haven't seen a lot, but I don't like the environment.
Okay.
And I don't like to be because at Nigeria, I'm still too Asian for them.
They can
And
tell?
Yeah, they can tell. And my mom is also too Asian for them. Yeah. And I don't like the way they treat me and my mom too special.
Okay.
Like in Taiwan, because people are used to having like foreigners, I think, like more used to than Nigeria. So I don't really love like living there, but I would like to spend time with my family there. Yeah.
So in Nigeria, you're clearly not 100%. I grew up here and things. They can tell like you probably are a little bit mixed or something like that.
Yeah.
And they treat you differently because of that, or?
Yeah. Yeah, like really different.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They will like when me and my mom was in the house, they will be a bunch of stranger like outside our house trying to see us.
Oh, because they're curious about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
When you were in the United States, did anyone know was it Wisconsin River Falls? I can't remember which one you were
Yeah,
at.
River Falls. Yeah.
Did people realize that you were Asian or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
They thought that I was American or
Okay.
something, like before I talk. Because when I like talk about things, they will probably realize that I'm foreigner.
Really?
Yeah.
They could tell right away.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it
I'm
because your
not
English
sure.
is it because your English is too formal, or
I think so. Probably. Yeah.
because you have the dancing background and
Yeah.
who are you? Did you make any local friends when you were in the United States?
A little bit.
Okay. I was kind of curious, like who you'd gravitate towards. So at my university, at SVSU, we had like a Black student caucus thing, and they had their own parties and stuff like that. So I was curious if you were to go to SVSU, if you would have kind of hung out with that crowd, or if you would have kind of geared towards Taiwanese, Chinese. Some people do that when
I
they're.
think I'm more in the like Asian crowd.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm always with like Japanese, Korean.
Really?
And yeah.
Okay.
Because my roommates, they are Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah, so we always hang out together. Yeah.
Do you think if your roommates were local students, that would have changed it? Or do you think you just would have gone that way no matter what?
I think it would just gone that way. Because I do have American roommates. Like we have 4 people in one room. But like my American roommates, she is like more doing her own stuff. They don't she don't really like hang out with us or like stay at school that much. Yeah, because she has a car, she can like go anywhere she
Must
wants.
be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but me and my Japanese roommates, because we don't have car, we always need to stay in the dorm.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I feel that's one of the worst things about the United States, and my wife and I deal with that a little bit, is what do we do if we move there? Because my wife doesn't really drive. She has a license, you know, but it's the United States, if you don't, especially at a place like Wisconsin or Minnesota or Michigan where I'm at, I mean, most places, if you don't have a vehicle, you can't live the no American dream for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like both people would have a car. In the United States, like you'd have husband and wife, at least, maybe even more. You know. So now, interesting. I was kind of curious if you were gonna meet more like African American students or not, because you have that dancing background, right?
Yeah, I do went to the like African American club.
Okay.
Yeah, they do have like a kind of festival sharing African history and like a dancing history or things like that. But I don't know, I just can't like get into it. Like I love the history, I love the culture, but I don't know, I just don't know how to speak their language.
They can tell right away, right?
Yeah.
It's I was thinking if you're in Nigeria, right, you don't have the Nigerian accent, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend who's Nigerian and 100%. And I'm not saying you're not 100% because you're 100% Nigerian, but people would know that you're mixed probably, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's like, mom and dad are both Nigerian. Yeah. I don't like the idea of saying someone's 50%. There's a TED talk on that, and it's like, why can't you be 100%, right? But you know, it's like his accent, it's just not the Nigerian style. He's been here in Taiwan, so he's kind of picked up more
Taiwanese style.
Yeah, it just sounds very international, right? It doesn't have that African kind of.
Yeah, my dad is like the same.
Okay.
Yeah, he is like, he says that he is not Nigerian anymore.
Oh, really? He's lost it.
Yeah,
he's lost the
it.
rhythm.
Yeah, because he is also an English teacher, so he need to be like in the like an American style or like he cannot talk English in the Nigerian like accent. So yeah, it has changed.
Unfortunately, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I can understand people have talked about that too. It's like, if you have an English teacher, do you have the right to focus on an accent? You know. So for example, Canadians I think do the best in Taiwan because Taiwanese cram schools really like Canadians in terms of their accents a little bit more. Maybe they're a little bit clearer, enunciate a little bit better than Americans do. And it's like, I met this one Irish guy, and he had a really thick accent.
Oh, really?
And it's like, so what is we all have accents, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of, can you prioritize an accent? So your dad, to fit in, has kind of had to adopt a more international. So how long has he been teaching English in Taiwan for?
Like for almost 30 years.
Wow.
Because he has lived in Taiwan for like 32 or like 33 years already.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was here way before you, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there's Diego over there. Diego is in my English class. He's very serious. He's coming from the English corner. That's how you know he's serious.
Wow.
It looks like they're teaching. So nice of them. You're responsible for them or no?
No.
No more language center stuff?
No.
Okay, all right. Where are you now at Shishing officially?
International Affairs.
International Affairs.
Yeah.
And you never had anything to do with them, yeah? So I'm totally mistaken on this.
Yeah.
Okay. So one thing your dad has had to probably put up with quite a bit because it's harder as a black teacher here. Yeah, like as a white teacher, I think it's white female is probably top priority. So your dad has probably had to deal with some discrimination.
Yeah, probably at first.
Okay.
But I don't know, because he is at Yunling right now.
Okay.
And he is like familiar with all the English teacher and all the school, like since like from kindergarten to high school. He has taught in like a lot of schools. So
what kind of he's done different education levels? What is he on the cram school side part, or what does he do for English teaching? Like what?
For now, it's more of a high school stuff, but he used to like teach in the kindergarten and in my kindergarten when I was in kindergarten.
Oh wow! Oh.
Yeah. And then elementary school when I was in elementary school, and then ever since then, since I graduated, he has been teaching in high school like since then.
Yeah, I mean, I heard of one like black teacher that was doing really good. I was kind of curious if it was your dad or not, because there's more than one black English teacher, right? But like in Taipei, you don't really see too many. I've heard more in Taoyuan, which is kind of, hopefully people aren't moving out there in order just to find a job. So he's spent most of his time in Yunning, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so mostly at school settings, not at a cram school.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. He hasn't tried university? Maybe a good choice.
I don't know. I don't think he has. I think you do need to have a degree to teach in university, but I don't know if my dad do have that.
Probably has at least a bachelor's, yeah. Usually for education.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. He's figured his way out, yeah. Tell the truth, when you've done something for 30 years.
But because he looks like a foreigner, in Yunling, you only need to look like a foreigner to teach English.
So did you grow up in Yunling?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Is there anyone else who has an African background in Yunling? Like, there's got to be a limited number.
I only know my dad's friends, who is also Nigerian, and his child. Yeah, that's the only Nigerian, like a black people that I know in Yunling.
And the child is biracial?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny, but I bet you there's probably more Nigerians in Taiwan than you'd realize, yeah?
Yeah, in Taipei, there's a lot of my dad's friend who lives in Taipei. Yeah.
Are they doing business usually, the Nigerians?
Yeah.
Okay, but your dad has not done
My
that.
dad's not.
Maybe a good choice, yeah.
Yeah, it would be a good choice.
Do you think he'd be a bad businessman, or is it just too difficult? Or because I'd be a bad businessman, I'm just not made for it.
I'm not sure. I don't think I know my dad that much to know if it's like a businessman material.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
But he wants to stay in Taiwan. He's not going back to Nigeria.
No.
But his home is Taiwan now.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm always kind of curious what it's like to move back after a while. I don't know if you experienced this. One thing that drives me crazy about Americans is like they have no international perspective. I don't know if you dealt with this, but like when I go back and my family, they just don't know how to communicate with me about Taiwan and stuff like that. So they came here for my wedding back in like 2018. And so they think things like going to the zoo and there's McDonald's there or getting like a breakfast shop. So they have all these common stories, you know, but they don't really understand what it's like to live in another country where you don't speak the language. I don't know. Maybe this is just everywhere, but in my experience, Taiwanese, when I meet Taiwanese, they've maybe lived abroad before for an extended period of time. They didn't just do a vacation. Americans kind of get around with it. They can just get around with just using English, you know, where Taiwanese have to. And it's like Americans, a lot of times they don't know what's going on outside of their country.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you've experienced that or not. I just feel Taiwanese have more of an idea that there's a world outside of. Like to us, international news in the United States is what's happening in California if you're in New York.
I don't know. I think maybe I only spend time with a lot of like Taiwanese, so I don't really know how people feel like native foreigners or like things like that. But yeah, I do think that because Taiwanese people, they love having like foreigners or like being able to live abroad. So yeah. I think they have like a more international perspective somehow. Like
when I tell people I've been in Taiwan for 15 years, you know, in the United States they just don't care. Like they care about visiting countries but not living.
Oh, really?
And I actually think living as an American, it's not an advantage to live abroad. It's actually bad because it's like if I want to go back to the United States, say, hey man, I've been in this country for 15 years. I learned the language, and you know I have all these things. And it's like you haven't developed your career here. Where I think in Taiwan, like you get added extra credit points for living abroad. They appreciate that.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one thing that just kind of drives me crazy. Or it's like I remember I went over to my one friend's house, and he grew up in the community I did, Freeland. It's like a 10,000 person village, town, whatever you want to call it. And they just are talking about sports there all the time. They're always talking about sports. I like going back, but the one thing I wish about Americans, and they can be fun and they chat and stuff, but I just feel they're just so local.
Oh.
Yeah.
But do you think they think that don't need to know about other like culture, or
if they do, it's like a very superficial thing. They don't think they're studying it at a deep level. Maybe it's also like Americans, because we're a big country in the United States, and we have Canada and Mexico, but you're not like a Europe where you're surrounded by different people. And it just makes it very easy to be insular. Like my dad, I feel he loved to talk about politics and stuff like that. My dad had a stroke, so I'm talking about him like he's past tense, but when I go back and see him, it'll be like the first time after he had a stroke, so I don't know what he'll be like, but it's for example, the Trump tariffs. He would never think about what do countries think about the tariffs. He's thinking about from American perspective, but I don't think that he could see it from another country's perspective. Okay. Anything along that, or you want me to switch topics?
You can switch topics.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So how serious are you about this dancing thing?
For now, it's just my interest.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many hours a day do you put into it?
Like an hour per week.
Okay. Yeah. Is that enough?
No, not enough. But ever since I graduated, I think like dancing is just like my interest, my hobby. I couldn't really like make money or like be serious about dance anymore, because like if you want to be a professional dancer, you need to spend like a lot of time on dancing, and I just don't have enough time for that. So
if something came up, like let's say Nick the Real wants to do another video, I don't know if he probably wouldn't contact you. His people would contact.
No.
So
his manager.
Yeah. And his manager knows you?
For now?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. How did you get in that video?
An audition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you...
As a dancing teacher who contacted me, and she said that she thinks that I am like suitable for this music video and want me to like join the audition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you done quite a bit of auditioning, or?
Yeah, when I was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, because I study at performance arts high
school.
Yeah.
But you've done fewer auditions so in university you stopped dancing as much, and then it's even less now. Yeah. Okay. So less in university and even less now.
Yeah.
Okay. How many hours do you think that you would need to put in a week to? I like to write. Yeah. We were talking about social media, and one of the things that I regret when I was younger, when I was your age, for example, if I could go back in time, one thing I would have done is never joined Facebook. I'd have just never done social media, and I spent a lot of time on social media, and I think I could have done other things that would have been more productive. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I wish I would have spent more time just reading books and watching movies. And I mean, social media did bring some good things. Yeah. Yeah, but I just feel there's a lot of just talking to each other, and rather than really connecting and seeing people. And if I could take it, like I don't spend almost any time on Facebook now. I don't even like open it up. I use it to message my wife. I don't have it on my phone as an app.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it's kind of, people stopped posting on it like 2017, 2018, I guess that's what Zuckerberg said. But I've made a conscious choice to not have an Instagram.
Oh, but for me, I think that I need Instagram to connect to people because I'm an introvert. Like for me, face to face to talk to people about my feelings is a little bit like more difficult than like sharing my opinions online.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is where the Asian comes in, yeah? Because do you think Nigerians tend to be extroverted?
Yeah, they are pretty extroverted.
There's probably introverted Nigerians, right? I don't know if it's a 50-50 split or something.
No, I think it's like 90% of Nigerians like extrovert.
That's
they like to connect to people like face to face, like party, and I don't like that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because like in my experience, Americans are more extroverted, right? But I know lots of introverted Americans, and there's Taiwanese who are extroverted. And I just feel like when I'm in Taiwan, the school basketball team is over there. 这是我们的女篮吗？女篮的是我们世新的骄傲，是不是？有可能我们需要跟他们讲，你的中文比我中文流利多了。世新女篮加油，你们很棒。Okay， 好像他们听不到我们。I don't know. I thought they could hear our voices out there. They didn't turn it on? Oh no, very sad. Yeah, so I do wonder like if a culture could cause more people to be more introverted. Because I think Taiwan is like the perfect society to have introverted people.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know why, because I always want to be extrovert. Like, I'm not proud of being introvert. Like, I want to be those kind of people who can like share opinions, like talk to people in their eyes. And I just don't know how to do it. I don't know why. Yeah.
You know, it's so you want to look at people in the eye, you want to be able to get, okay.
Yeah.
Because, but I don't know if it would change any, because, okay, for example, people tend to think I'm extroverted, and I'm definitely an introvert.
Oh,
so,
really?
So they say what? That when you're alone and if you get recharged, is recharging, I don't know what you've gotten from it, but what I've seen is like you're an introvert if you get energy from being by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I need. Yeah. So like, if I go teach a class or I go do this kind of stuff, I just go back to my office and I'm by myself. And then, so if you're extroverted, you get your battery charged by being around people. Yeah. And I had an ex-girlfriend, or I have an ex-girlfriend from the United States. And we were together for like 2 years when I was in Taiwan. Oh. And then, I ended it. That was my, I think she's better off. She's upgraded her life. Like most people who knew me in the past, after they leave my life, they have it better. Good choice. But anyways, she was just a total extrovert, and she would exhaust me, because she would just always wanting to be hanging out with other people and things like that. I'm like, I can't do this. Like I like going and being around people, and I don't want to be by myself. But I did a quarantine in a hotel for 2 weeks, and I was so happy.
Really?
I was just loving it, man. Just loving it.
I can't imagine it.
One of my best days ever, because I like to write, and I like to write fiction. And I was supposed to be preparing for the semester because it was in August, and I just said, "All right, I'm just gonna write." Usually I tell myself I had to stop writing at noon, and then after that switched to. But I just wrote the whole day, and I was so happy. I was just on. It was a terrible room, cost like $2,000, but. I mean, they gave me my meals and everything. It was like one of my best days of my life. Yeah, just being by myself for 2 weeks. Yeah, so you could do it. You could quarantine, no problem.
100%.
What about your dad?
My dad?
Yeah.
I think he is a like more extrovert person because he likes party.
Okay.
He loves party actually. He always took me and my mom around when he's like. Hang out with his friend, and he loves talking on the phone. Like he loves sharing his life on the phone.
He's old school.
Yeah, but I think that is like more like an extrovert person stuff because I don't like talking to people on the phone, like sharing my life. I don't like that.
That's also a thing of your generation though, because when I was a kid, talking elementary school, cell phones didn't really become bigger until maybe middle school, high school for me. Oh. Yeah. We used to use payphones. Oh. And it's like you'd say, "Hey mom, come pick me up." And like, so not all of us had cell phones and stuff. And text messaging wasn't as convenient back then. Oh. Yeah. There was no like Line or WhatsApp. This is all kind of stuff that happened more in college for me. Yeah. Like I graduated from college in 2011, and social media didn't go on the phones until 2012, was it? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it hasn't been around for as long as you think, right? So before then, there wasn't, people weren't really going online and things like that. But anyways, yeah, we'd call each other. Yeah. But I think you're too young for that.
Yeah.
We'd call each other we'd prank phone call each other like, "Oh, it's your refrigerator. What? I'm running. You better come here." And he would call you and like do prank calls and stuff like that. Look, it's your friends, and you're like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It was really stupid. Yeah. There's this one TV show called Prank Calls and stuff like that. And now you just have caller ID, right? So you would never pick up the phone. Yeah. So caller ID ruined it. But those are the days. Okay, so your dad is a super extrovert and he's old school. How old is he now?
He is 47.
He's a young man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When did he get to Taiwan then?
when he was in college, like a freshman, like 18 years old or 19.
You say he's been here for 30 years? I don't understand how it adds up.
Then maybe probably 49 right now.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
I also don't know how close you are to him.
50?
Okay, he's 50.
Yeah.
He's still
50.
relatively young, yeah.
Yeah. My mom is 47. My
Okay.
dad is 50.
Wow, they're both pretty young
Yeah.
parents too. Hey, 我看到你有一场什么23分吗？很优秀 ，quadruple double， 一样优秀是不是？那我看到你的名字啊，好厉害啊！继续加油，拜拜。对，加油。
So cute.
Yeah, maybe I can. She actually has better English. I don't know if I should talk to her in English or not. Yeah. But anyways, so cool story about her. Yeah, because a lot of them left, right, the university, and she stayed. So I don't know how they did. I think they didn't win in the end, did they? I don't know. I just have their shirt. Because they used to be the top team, right? And then this year they found a way into the Final Four, which is awesome, considering like the big change that happened. And, but okay, how much time we got? We got
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Do you have any questions, or are you ready for my next one?
I'm ready.
Yeah? All right. How long can you be a professional dancer? When is it like time to give it up? So if you're going to do music videos, how long could you do music videos for?
A professional dance, like, do you mean like you can teach and also be in the music video, or like only for like a music video stuff?
Just music videos, yeah.
I think maybe 10 years.
So you could do it for 10 more years.
Yeah.
So 35 is probably when it's getting a little bit.
Yeah. Because I do like get a lot of injuries
Okay.
during when I was practicing, and we always need to do like a practice at midnight, like 3 a.m. or like 12 a.m. to 5 a.m.
Why is that?
Because we all have stuff to do in the daytime.
Wow. So it's like your then lack of sleep, and
Yeah.
lack of sleep leads to injuries. Wow, just a nasty cycle. Wow. There's a book, actually, a novel. I think it's called 燕子. I can't remember. I think I don't know if I gave it to someone or not. I'll look it up on my phone. It's a book about a Taiwanese woman who is a dancer, but she wants to, like, she's working at a political campaigning kind of, companies that will help you 宣传 to kind of do the advertising for political purposes. Yeah. And so she's really struggling because in Taiwan, like, they want you to work all the time and they want you to go hang out at the bar and stuff. And she's like, hey, I have dancing. So she's struggling on balancing both. Yeah. 燕子. It's a 小说. Anyways, I read it. Yeah. Here we go. I'm going to just show it to you on, it's here. You look. It's here. Okay. Yeah. See, look, your accent's already better. Maybe because you're Taiwanese and I'm not. See, you just need to do all the Chinese talking. But anyways, yeah, so something that you might be dealing with a little bit, it's how do you have a personal life? And also, the nice thing for you is you're working here. And it's probably not as bad about you need to stay after, right? You don't have to do any, like, overtime for no reason, do you?
No.
No, like, time is done, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. A lot of, like, in the United States, this is normal. You just don't work overtime. And I talked to my brother about this. I was like, so what do you do? Like, you have work to do. And, employees stay after? He's like, no, I'll go home. 5 o'clock, they're gone. You don't see anyone at 5:05. Oh, really? So what happens if you have to do overtime? Well, I ask them, and I give them 1.5 pay, right? So if you work overtime in the United States, you're supposed to get like almost double pay, 1.5. And so like he gives them overtime pay if they do, and he writes thank you cards. Sometimes he even gives gifts.
Oh, really?
So in Taiwan, like, you work overtime for no pay.
Yeah.
That is not even 1.5, not even pay. You just work overtime, and you don't get any gift cards or thank you notes. And so Taiwanese have done a really bad job of making sure that their personal life gets protected. Yeah. But anyways, I think she deals with a little bit of what you have. It's how do you balance both? Because it's very hard, I think, in Taiwan especially, to have the artistic career. Yeah. Would you want to do it full time, or is it like, I don't love it that much?
I used to want it, but for now, I'm not sure anymore.
Okay. That's tough. Like, so I like to write, but you have to be honest. I mean, almost anyone who's publishing a book, even through traditional ways, they almost always have another job. You know, so very few writers could ever do it. And I was actually going to ask Yoyo too this: if you were to get big with social media, would you still not do it? Because, like, can you be a social media star in 10 years? Like, how long can it keep on going? Would you be afraid to leave your job to stop whatever you're doing with your career now in order to do social media if you could full time?
I do think that I would want that because I think like being an influencer, like even though I can't do it for like 10 years, but you can like make yourself a brand, and for all the influence that you have got, you can like really sell the brand, and that is a part of a promotions career to do. Yeah.
So you take the social media part, turn yourself into a brand or create a brand,
turn myself into a brand.
Okay.
I think, and also make a brand,
and then diversify yourself enough. Yeah. Because I mean, it's funny. Like there's channels that were really big when I was your age that they're just not there anymore. You know, so I'm kind of curious if it's actually maybe you make good money. It's a little bit like being an athlete, not in Taiwan, but you know, in a lot of countries where you can make good money, maybe it's a better paying job than most. But like if it's so limited in terms of how long you could do that career for, I'm wondering if these influencers are going to regret it in 10 years because the market is probably changing all the time. You know, who's big now? If I was to think about influencers have been doing it for a long time, like Mr. Beast is a really big one, you know, but
he also has his brand, right? Yeah.
So it seems like you have to get your money out into other places, invest in, because like how long will Mr. Beast be around? Will he be around in 10 years?
I don't know. I think like a child right now, they don't know that. They don't know him that much. Yeah. I'm
like a child too, because I don't really know him that much. I just know that everybody likes him. Or a lot of people like him. I guess there's probably a lot of people that hate him. Who do you follow? Who are some of your big social media people that you follow?
Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
Kendall Jenner. Yeah. Kardashian.
Is she dating? Is it Timothée Chalamet? Yeah. Does that make sense to you or no?
No, not at all.
You think they're gonna break up?
Of course.
Yeah.
She's going to end up with Travis Scott, like no matter what, because they have child, I think.
Are they like a toxic relationship or something? Because they break up a lot, right?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know, but yeah, maybe a toxic, but also true love.
That sounds bad. I feel bad for the kid. So they have one kid together, yeah? Two. Yeah. Wow. And they've had breakups a lot, yeah?
A lot.
Did they ever get married or?
No.
No, it's just having them babies and then having them love children. That sounds bad. Thank God I'm in Taiwan. No one's going to hear that. Okay. So how long do you give Chalamet?
They have already been together for a year.
Is it 1 year already? They've been together? Wow.
Yeah. So maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is Chalamet's problem? Or is it not his problem? It's Travis Scott. It's just.
I just don't think that they are a match. They don't they look weird standing together.
Yeah, I guess that's my wife was talking about that. I'm like, really? They're really good? Because Chalamet, I guess, doesn't want to have a kid.
Yeah. Because
he wants to focus on his career. He's a little bit more traditional in terms of he's trying to be a serious actor, and he's really good at what he does, you know. I don't know. So who do you think is more, if you could choose, who would you choose, Travis Scott or Chalamet?
Like me dating them?
Yeah. Or you don't date celebrities. Probably a good choice. Yeah.
Probably Travis Scott.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, he's the better looking one.
I like a bad boy vibe.
Yes. Chalamet is funny because he's got a really skinny body, but he's got like a very manly, masculine face. Yeah. And a nice jaw and things like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you like Kylie Jenner. And then, so she does mostly through Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. Only Instagram.
Okay. No more Facebook?
No.
Or never had a Facebook?
I don't think she had it. And TikTok and Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think TikTok should be banned? Or you don't want to answer that question?
I don't want to answer that.
I say ban it. Really? Actually, I think all social media should be banned. Yeah.
All social media?
Yeah, I think it should all be. I don't think it's good for us. Yeah.
Is YouTube a social media?
You know, that's a good argument. If you call it social media, yeah, then I think YouTube is a great platform if you use it right. I have learned so much through YouTube. I'm so grateful for it. Yeah. I wish I was a college student now.
Oh.
Because there's just so much you could learn from.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, for example, if I was to be having a class on politics, I had this one class, it was about, it was definitely about just political environment stuff. I can't remember if it was political science or something like that. But we were supposed to read 3 different books. And we were supposed to compare 2 wars that are similar to, no, we were supposed to find a war of the past that was similar to what called the War on Terror. The United States went into Iraq and Afghanistan. And I saw it similar to the Korean War. And, you know, like, I don't think I really understood the Korean War that well. But just to be able to see the videos on YouTube now, I could understand the maps and the casualties. And, I mean, it would be harder to get the reading done. But in terms of, like, all the great videos on YouTube that can show.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for your generation because it's hard to read, no?
Yeah, it is.
Did you do all your reading?
No, not really. Like podcasting, I
Okay.
like listen to like the word, but no, not reading.
Okay, so
Yeah.
no more reading.
No.
Yeah, which is very bad in many ways. So actually, maybe I've not improved at all because maybe I'm just listening a lot but not really learning. But I do feel that I'm able to become a lot more familiar with things than in the past. Because in the past, I'd have to sit down and look it up online or find a book or something. Now it's just like YouTube will just feed you stuff. And then you get one video in it. And there's some really high quality stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching a video by Sarah Payne, and it's basically describing like the political history of Mao Zedong. I'm just incredible. I mean, I could spend hours reading, you know, a book on that. And just that one almost 2-hour clip is
Almost
just
2 hours?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't have a problem with that. And I learn a lot when I'm washing dishes.
Oh.
Yeah, so I that's my learning time. Yeah, and when I edit my novel now, when I'm driving, when I come to a red light, then I take it out. So if it's 90 seconds, I get like 80 seconds of editing time. Yeah. This is what happens when you have a kid. Do you want to have a kid?
Not for now.
Yeah. When your mom was your age, was she already pregnant?
Yeah. 23.
Wow, isn't that funny?
A little bit. But my mom, she is like a really romantic person.
Oh.
She wants to have kids, have family, like even until now. So yeah.
How many did she have in the end?
Oh, one, me.
Okay, she stopped at you. Did she want to have children or?
Yeah, she did, but
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't ask it. Do you want to share if she wanted to have more originally, or is it just didn't work out? Or if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to.
Just didn't work out.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. With my wife and I don't know what she thinks. Sometimes I think about I want to have a second one, but it's also like so tiring right now. And he's already like 2.5, and we're running out of time. So I'm 30. I'm going to be 38 this year. My wife is going to be 35.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, so we're kind of at that point. You know, it all happened so quick. Like she got pregnant when I was 33.
Oh.
Right. And so, but then has the baby when 34, almost 35, and the baby's turning 3 in late June. Yeah. So I can understand how people don't have another one. Sometimes it just doesn't work out too. It's hard to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I think also too, it's like once you have a kid, you realize how hard it is to. I don't know about what you, but I have not saved like almost any money since having a kid.
Oh.
It's really hard to save.
Yeah.
So if you want to have kids, I think if you can save when you can save. Because before we had him, a lot of times I was doing 2 different jobs. So I'd be like here and then playing soccer or teaching privately and stuff like that. And then to save the shishing salary. But now I'm touching I used to have a rule like don't touch your shishing salary and like live off which a lot of people say you should do, right? You should have a job on the side that you have your living expenses and then, but I don't know. Do you have another job or no?
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Okay, smart. Yeah.
The video editing stuff. I can do it at home. So,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Also the job. My wife does some translation stuff at her regular job. Yeah.
Oh.
So some people say you should have an easy normal job and then work on your side hustle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you have a really demanding job, it's gonna So it's actually better to have a bad job that is easy. So don't push yourself too hard. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. These are the things I've heard. Okay, is there anything else that you want to cover? We already went to 140.
Oh.
Is this good for you? Can you?
It's good for me.
Can you put it on the socials?
Like the whole podcast?
Why not? Yeah.
Oh, okay, I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just cut the clips. Yeah.
Okay.
You might be on Google. If you look 世新圆桌, yeah.
Oh, 圆桌? Okay.
It's 世新圆桌. You'll see a lot of Alvin, some of me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe we'll try to make sure you're one of the images that pop up. Okay. I don't understand. Like, we don't need to put English. You don't need to put English. You just put 圆桌 and you will find us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe this will help you with your view count.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right. Thank you, everybody. This has been another. We don't have Alvin here, but that doesn't mean we're less sad. Okay. We had Michelle. Is Michelle I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Not short I.
No.
No, just another I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everybody. You were a lovely audience. Bye, 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 bye. This is where we do that. JJ Jimmy. Okay. He's great. Yeah. He